Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to this Age of Empires 2 Dawn of the Dukes build order for the Poles. So this is the first build order that I've done for Dawn of the Dukes, and certainly the first one for the Poles. So what we're looking at today is a Scouts into 3 Stable Knights build order, which seems to be pretty good. It's taking advantage of the Poles' unique bonus where they can generate gold through mining stone, which is pretty strong, and it sort of gathers at a rate of every 2 stone you get 1 gold, which is pretty good. So I'm not sure whether that'll get nerfed in the future. It might do, but we'll see. I don't necessarily see there's too much of an issue with doing that as a bonus, but we'll see. It may be more that the unique tech that we're going to be utilizing in this Szlachta privileges may be the one that gets nerfed slightly. So what we're actually doing is essentially it's just a standard 21 pop scout build order to start off with. Rather than a 20 population, we're doing 21. So the reason for that is just because that extra villager at the end on wood will really help going forward. But it's standard start, 6 on sheep, 3 to wood, and then we'll go and get the first boar. Now it seems to be a pretty good build order. Now the aim of this one is to try and get to the castle age at around 20 minutes. Upon reaching the castle age you'll be able to build a castle straight away, so a nice defensive castle straight away, which is going to be a bit of a bonus with how this new Arabian map gen is, with it being just so ridiculously open at the front and everywhere. So let me know in the comments what you think about the new map gen for Arabia. Actually, it's certainly going to be a challenging one. But once you've got that boar on the way in, the next 4 villagers are going to come out and go to berries. You can see we're not making a house. That's because we are going to be making the folwark, which is the Poles replacement building for a mill, or an upgraded mill. And that actually has 5 population space. It does cost another 25 wood, so it is going to be the same as ordinarily getting a mill in a house. But we are going to get that. So you'll probably just want to get it built with all of your villagers that come out for the berries to start off with. Otherwise, you might end up being pop capped. You should be able to get it up fairly straightforward. And then once the final villager is come out for there, what we're going to do is send a villager from the boar here to go and lure the second one, and the next 3 villagers that come out are going to go onto the boar. So that'll take us up to 18 population. But so what do you think about the new civs so far? I don't think either of them seem ridiculously overpowered. Well, they both seem fairly strong. I think certainly the Poles are for the more open maps, bohemians are for the more of the closed maps, I would suggest. Just because there's no real eco bonus for the bohemians, certainly in the early game. But Poles pretty good. Certainly men-at-arms into men-at-arms and towers into archers seems to be a very good strategy for these. So we're just making a house with an existing wood villager there. It's important we do that. But we're now at 18 pops, so the next 3 villagers are going to come out and go to wood. They're going to go up to this wood line with a new lumber camp. And then once that boar's done, all those villagers are just going to go onto the sheep. Or cows in this instance. It'll be interesting to see what else we can do with the Poles. I think it's quite a good addition to the game, actually, these civs, I think. I know there's been a lot of talk before about, oh, there's too many civs now, all this and the other, but I think the devs have done a really good job with Dawn of the Dukes, certainly with the civs and everything else like that. So yeah, hats off to them. I think they've done a really good job with Dawn of the Dukes DLC. So we've got those villages around 21 pop, just getting loom, and then we'll be able to click up. And then what we're going to do is to send 2 villagers from the sheep and go to one wood line, 2 from another to go to the other wood line, so 4 in total, which will give us 5 lumberjacks per lumber camp. And then we're going to take 1 off of the sheep and go forward, make a house and a barracks, like so. And then as you're doing things, perhaps wait till you get the barracks down, but you should be able to send another 2 villagers from the sheep over to farms. Make sure you prioritise them around the folwark, just so that you can get that little food boost. And then once we're in the feudal age, we should have enough wood to just drop an instant stable, which will be good. And the good thing with this build order, you're able to create quite a few scouts with it. You could create more than I do on this build, but I actually create 5 new scouts, so not bad. You do get a nice little army together of scouts you can go raiding with, rather than just having 4 to go and raid with. You can get 6 in total, which is pretty good if you include your starting scout. So there we go, we're just about to hit the feudal age, and we've just got enough wood. There we go, we can get that one down. And at this point it's a case of just adding 8 new villages to farms. So they're going to go to the straggler trees, and then every time we've got 60 wood, we're going to go and make a new farm. Just researching double bit axe as well at this point. And then you should end up with a total of, I think, 13 on farms, which will be around 33 population with this particular build, if we're making the number of scouts that I've described, which is going to be 5 new scouts. Although I think I do lose a scout, so it's going to be around about there. But we need 13 farms. let's just put it that way. But as you can see, we are making scouts now. We're just sending more villagers out to go around the folwark. Just again, as I say, to give us that little bit of a food boost. And then these villagers on sheep, they're going to make farms as well. I'm going to keep walling up, keep trying to make some houses. Now, it's a little bit late in terms of walling up. But I think with the new Arabia maps, I think it's more important to just get an army together and go on the attack and keep the enemy in their base, just to give you that time to get walled up, because it's just so open. You're going to struggle to get fully walled up anyway, so you might as well just go on the attack and just wall up a little bit later, I think, just because it might just be a little bit too taxing on your economy if you're going to start walling up super early. But once you've got 3 new scouts and your starting scouts, so 4, just send them forward, start raiding, and then you can send another 2 just down there to meet up with them and reinforce your army there. So we're just going to have 1 more villager to come out, I think, to go to farms. So how many farms have we got? We've got 12 at the minute, so there will be 1 more coming out. As you can see, we're just going to go on some raiding, try and get a villager pick here and there. There you go, that's that final villager for the farm. We'll make a farm in a minute. There we go. And then the next 3 villagers are going to come out and go to the gold. And then after that, we're going to have another 2 villagers go to stone. As you can see, we're still walling up. That one's going to just finish walling up here. And then once they've finished walling up here, they'll go back to wood. And we will take a villager off of here and start walling down this side. So it's just sort of swapping them over, really. Yeah, still keep going around doing your little raids. Trying to pick off some villagers where you can. There we go. So we're getting the blacksmith down with a villager from this wood line. Obviously it doesn't matter if you'd have just used that other villager down here, but I just figured I'd do the little swap there just to save that villager walking all the way over there. We've got the 2 coming out for the stone. All the while we're still going around trying to pick off villagers. We've just got another one. Lost another scout, but it's fine. We're keeping the enemy busy. I don't actually send that villager back to wood, but I will bring it back out here to carry on walling up in a minute. There we go. And we've got the 2 on stone now, so now we've got 2 on stone, we're going to research wheelbarrow. Once those barrows are finished, they're going to go over to stone. So that'll give us a total of 6 on stone. There we go. And once wheelbarrow's in, we're going to just send another 2 villagers over to gold. Now, you will notice we'll have enough food and gold to be able to click up before those 2 villagers. We don't really necessarily need them in that respect, but going forward, they'll come in handy because we will need a number of villagers for the 3 stable night production that we're going for. So you don't have to go for 3 stables in this build. You could go for 2 and then perhaps you wouldn't need those final 2 villagers. Or you could do what we're doing here, just go for 2 stables and perhaps you'll be able to add a town centre a little bit earlier and you'll be able to make some of the unique units instead of 3 stable knights. You'll be able to go 2 stable knights with the obuch or obuch, I don't know how you pronounce it, backing them up. So it might just be a good idea for any pikemen that might be coming your way. So it could be good. Could be a good idea to have those. On your way to the castle age, you're going to want to get your 2 stables up. So I do make them here shortly, but I'm just going to keep raiding at this point, keep harassing, keep causing idle time for the enemy, keep picking off villages where we can, and you'll see eventually we are pretty much fully walled. Certainly are now. Now we've got that one down. However, I do make a mistake, which you'll see in a minute. And I do actually leave a hole, which is annoying. But yeah, not much happening at this point back at home. Just going to keep going around raiding, picking off villages where we can, keeping the enemy army at home, keeping them busy, and just keep replenishing those farms. I think we've got a horse collar on the way up. So we're going to delete some walls here and then place another stable. Well, I don't place it well, and there's a hole there now, which does come back and bite me in the back side. So I suppose it gives us the opportunity to see what you can do if there is a hole, or you've just not been able to get walled up properly. You can see how you can counter that. But as you can see, there's quite a large army coming forward now, which is certainly going to make me panic a little bit. But castle age is just about to come in, so as soon as castle age is in, I see I've dropped a little bit of stone off, so I was a bit premature with it, but you should be able to make the castle straight away. Obviously we've got a little hole there. We've got bloodlines coming in, and you will be able to make 3 full price knights just for defense with this one, which I would recommend doing, because there is going to be a slight delay before you properly go into the full production. So you're going to want to have some defenders just in case. But they're coming out now. We have got the 2 initial blacksmith upgrades in for them. It's going to be a little bit of a delay until we can get the castle age upgrades for them, but it should be enough for now. Certainly be able to clear this army up. And just that little bit of idle time, it does hamper my production a little bit, because we've not been able to gather quite as much food as we'd have perhaps liked, and so it does delay the full night spam a little bit. But once the castle's up, we're sending 2 to farms, 2 to gold, and 2 back to stone. 2 are going back to stone just so that we can get the get a town centre up in the future. We've got Szlachta privileges on the way, so as soon as that's in, we'll be able to start spamming those lovely cheap knights. But as you can see, we've been able to clear up the enemy army, and we're quite comfortable back at home. I've put that wall piece in, which is good. And at this point, in terms of new villages, you've just got to keep adding them to farms. You're going to want quite a lot of farms down to be able to maintain that unit production, but should be okay for now. Probably wouldn't have had this gap. See, I've only producing from 2. There was I've been able to get there eventually, but there's a slight delay. Perhaps if I'd not got bowsaw just yet, I would have been okay to just get more, that 3 stable spam going out. But it's just deciding which one to get, isn't it, really? But should be fine. Should be fine. But we've got Szlachta privileges in now, and we are ramping up that night production. As you can see, we've got quite, all 3 stables working fairly nicely now. We're just going to keep adding more farms, more and more farms. Get a nice little mass of knights together. Eventually they'll go on raid. Probably could have sent them raiding by now, but been a little bit passive with them, I suppose. There we go, they're going forward now. And then it's just a case of setting the gather points down at the enemy base, and just keep spamming those lovely cheap knights at this point. Soon enough we will get enough food to be able to get the blacksmith upgrades for the castle age, so possibly might be an issue with those being delayed, but we did hit the castle age at 20 minutes, so hopefully your opponent wouldn't be quite as fast as that, and hopefully you'll just be able to take advantage of numbers. And the thing you might struggle against really is potentially the Berbers, because they can do an easy 3 stable knight build. but you should be okay, and you should be able to get a second TC down. I mean, we've got the resources for it now. We could have got a second TC down by now and started, growing that economy a bit more. But as you can see, we've still got 3 stable knights. We've got the chain barded armor coming in for the knights now, so we'll have that second armor upgrade, and then a little bit later than that we'll be able to get the attack upgrade. But as you can see, quite a nice little mass of knights together now. I'm certainly going to have quite a good villager advantage. More and more knights flooding out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. So let me know what you think. Certainly with the Poles, they do have other build orders like men-at-arms into towers, into archers, which is quite a good one. Probably going to be the meta play for the Poles, if I'm honest. But do let me know what you think about the Poles. Let me know what you think about these new Dawn of the Dukes civilizations. And that's it, guys. Do subscribe to this channel if you want to make sure that you do catch any other build orders that come out for these civs. And hit the notification icon as well, the bell. And I shall see you on the next one.